Hello, my name is Oleg and I'm super excited to be showing you this system that has allowed our client Tom and his sandblasting business to close $181,000 jobs with just $216 in ad spend. And that's not even including the other jobs that he closed during this time period. I just really want to emphasize that this system that we have developed over the years is meant to get you higher paying jobs consistently, okay? So if you watch this video through, you're gonna be able to use what we've built and take it away and implement it into your own business. So make sure you stick around to the end, okay? Because these are the types of jobs that we're able to get our clients in their sandblasting business, okay? So before I go into this process, I want to go into the gap that we solve, because there's a big gap for companies making less than $500,000 a year to the companies that are making millions every single year, okay? If you're making less than $500,000 a year, which is most businesses, most blasters, one of the problems that they have here is they have unpredictable revenue and lead flow. And this is because they're relying on referrals. So the demand is unpredictable. Some months are great, others are dead, and it causes constant stress, right? The owner's also trapped in the business, so there's no scalable systems. Everything depends on them, and the business suffers when they step away. The businesses in this range also have pricing pressure, and they have a lot of bad clients, right? Because they're competing on price, attracting low quality clients, dealing with a lot of tire kickers. Not a fun thing if you want to scale, right? And the business owner has fear and uncertainty for the most part, because there's no clear plan for growth, and they're always worrying about the next deal. So the top percentage of companies that are making millions a year, what do they have? They have consistent high quality leads. They have a steady pipeline of the ideal clients that they want to work with, relying mainly on word of mouth. Right? The business is able to run without you because systems and automations free up your time and allow you to focus on growth. And these businesses are able to have premium pricing and better clients. They attract high ticket clients willing to pay for the value that they get. And they have stable and predictable revenue, and so they're able to feel confident with their business, right? They have monthly income that compounds, making financial decisions easier. They have a clear roadmap for scaling, and they feel secure instead of stressed. So this is the gap that we're able to solve with this system, our AI job flow system. Now, most companies, as I said, they're focusing too much on referrals and word of mouth, right? We want to use modern technology. AI is literally the future, and so we want to really tap into it, okay? So one of the first things that we started doing was we actually started tapping into profitable market segments. At first, yeah, we were getting just about taking any job that we could, but if you want to scale, you really need to focus on what's going to get you the most profit over time, right? And that's really big jobs, right? So you get fewer but bigger jobs as compared to having a lot of small jobs. And if you actually look at nature, it functions the same way. As birds, instead of flying around to catch hundreds of tiny little flies and insects, what they actually focus on is getting caterpillars, which are they're much bigger and they're much more nutritious. They give them a lot more sustenance. So in the same way that nature works with birds collecting caterpillars, we want to also have the blasting business focus on these types of bigger clients as well, right? So how are we focusing on using AI? How is it AI powered, right? So number one, we're using paid ads, right? Because the paid ads today they're all using AI in order to get you in front of the people and the companies that already want your services, right? So what we use is paid ads, like social media and Google ads as well, for high intent leads already searching for sandblasting services like paint removal, rust removal, right? And so by every single day being in front of these types of prospects, we're able to fill our pipeline with high quality leads. And now it's predictable, right? It's already predictable because we have this running every single day. This isn't our manual effort of reaching out to people by phone or emailing, right? This is far more scalable. And so we also use AI in the form of SEO, search engine optimization, right? Because what Google is essentially it uses AI to place you in front of the prospects that are searching on Google, right? So we want to have the Google ranking high as possible. So that way we don't just rely on paid ads. We have a nice conjunction of paid ads and SEO. And for Tom, our client here, we actually got him ranked at the top of Google in the first month, right? In the first 30 days. And within 90 days, we actually got him ranked for the #1 spot for Sandblasting near me. So that was pretty exciting. And this is what has enabled us to get a steady flow of leads, high quality leads every single day. And not only are we just doing that, we're also using AI in the form of social media. So we're getting brand awareness and virality, and we're also getting SEO from the content as well, because when you use certain keywords in your content, you actually help get your business ranked higher in search as well, right? And these social media platforms are also moving closer to be more searchable as well. And so by using all of this in conjunction, some of the first things that happen in the company is, well, first of all, we got seen by this influencer in Atlanta, Georgia. So this is exactly where our client was. And by posting these types of reels and shorts, we were able to get seen by this influencer in Atlanta, Georgia. And we actually were able to spark up a collaboration where he posted this content of us getting the job done for him. So that was amazing, because now what happened is our client now has gotten huge brand awareness from his region. And by also running the paid media, the paid ads, we were seen by the producers of the show called This Old House. So we actually got our client placed on a TV show which has over 40 million consumers each month. So pretty massive. So that is the kind of opportunities that you can get by being seen consistently in front of prospects that are already searching for these types of services. So it's really, really instrumental in systematizing your growth. And so you can have leads come in every single day, right? And where do these leads go, right? So we get traffic from these 3 different sources, and where do they go? They go to a highly optimized website. Look, if your website just looks really old, and if it does not allow the sales process for a lead to convert easily, then you're going to be missing out on really great opportunities every single day. So you need to have a highly optimized website for that traffic to flow into. So we're generating our attention into a highly optimized website, because one of the problems I see is a company will just have it'll just say contact us at the top of the page, and that's not really super effective for getting prospects to inquire about their projects, right? So we have a highly optimized website, and then people are filling out the forms and they're calling the company, right? So now we need to start owning attention, okay? So how are we doing this? We actually have an AI agent to answer every single incoming call. Because look, there's a huge problem where so many blasters, they're not answering the phone call right away. What happens when you're missing out on a phone call, right? You're passing up on that job for someone else to take, right? And now this study has shown that a whopping 35 to 50% of sales go to the company that reaches out after a customer shows interest. So you need to be the first and only company that this lead is going to speak with. You need to make sure that you're capturing every single phone call, right? And a study by Harvard Business Review found that businesses can experience a 391% increase in sales by simply contacting the leads within 60 seconds of their inquiry. Okay, so this is absolutely massive. So that's why we place an AI agent to answer 100% of calls, and literally we don't miss any calls this way. And what the AI agent does as well is it captures all of the data from the prospect and it enters it into the CRM, right? So that's going to be the next step. But what it does is it's capturing qualifying information so that way we get high quality leads, not just some tire kickers, right? So we can focus our time and energy on the leads that are going to pay us the most, right? This AI agent, as soon as someone calls, this information is getting stored into a CRM, right? So you need to ensure that you have a place where all of your leads that you get go into one place, one platform, right? So that way no leads slip through, because this is what a lot of companies do wrong, is they don't have a CRM in place, so they get leads and it's kind of managed by paper, right? So if you want to really step out of the crazy chaotic mode of running your business and you want to scale with systems, then you absolutely need to have a CRM where all of those leads that you get are going into one place, they're getting organized, so you can keep track of every single lead. Because as you can see, all these things, you can't really read it, but these are different stages of the sales process, right? So every lead needs to get treated in respect to what stage they are in the sales process. So the AI agent is answering the call, and as you can see, it's super realistic. The AI receptionist talks so well. We've had so many prospects that actually say like, wow, like they'll say, great job, Tom. Like this AI agent is really amazing, because it answers the questions. It answers all the questions based on your business, and we train it so it can answer any question effortlessly and enter in the information about the project straight into the CRM, right? So you need to have this in place in order to scale. And then whenever someone becomes a new lead, they also must get an automated text and email to push them along the sales process. So as you can see, this is an example of what an automation looks like. And so they're getting nurtured as soon as they become a lead, right? And so this is making it so our business owner our client does not have to do certain manual actions for every single lead, asking them, for a photo. So our client doesn't have to message every single lead with these few things. It's getting automated, and the prospects, our leads, respond to these emails and text messages almost every single time. So they're getting moved immediately to the next stage in the sales process, right? And so as you can see, there's a lot of leads that will enter in the pipeline when you have the system in place, right? So what we do is we have a live lead manager to manage all these leads, right? And because of the importance of contacting leads, we have a live lead manager who calls every single lead as soon as they opt in. The live lead manager then organizes the leads, so our client doesn't have to focus all their energy on organizing the leads with all their data and information. And now the live lead manager is moving the lead even closer to a close, right? And maybe the leads won't answer you right away, right? So what we also have in place, we have an automated sequence where each lead goes through, and based on the time of day and what time it is, the live lead manager has a dashboard so they can follow up with every single lead at the specific time that they need to be followed up with. So we take the follow-up process and we automate it. And so this is how we are nurturing our attention, and we're starting to convert the attention into appointments, right? You want to make sure that whenever someone is getting booked, that appointment gets placed onto your calendar, onto your crew's calendar, and onto the prospect's calendar as well. So they're ready for you to come and do the test blast. And booking an appointment is as simple as literally just pressing this button and booking them into the calendar. So that way, not only are they getting the appointment on their calendar, they're also getting automated text and emails to let them know about the appointment so they don't forget it, right? And so we automate this process as well. And if the test blast goes well, then what you have to do is essentially you give them a quote and a proposal, but make sure that the quote or a proposal gets sent out really professionally. If you want to secure high-paying jobs, you can't be just sending out like a text saying, "Hey, it's $55,000," and yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to give them the scope of the project and make it so you look like the professional that you are, and that is how you're going to have that authority and credibility to actually secure these high-paying jobs, right? And so you're gonna get a lot of leads who are getting quotes sent. So all of these leads, they're gonna need a follow-up, right? You need something that's gonna be helping you close while you're on the job, while your crew's out there on the job, right? You need to have something automated that's gonna be helping you close. So all of these leads that are placed into your pipeline, they need to get automated text and emails following up about their quote, asking if the quote's good with them, if they have any other questions. So that way, when they're going about their daily life, they might get busy or whatever, forget about your service even, then you have a text or a quote that is top of mind. So if they even do go to another blasting company to get maybe another quote, well, you're going to be showing up in their face with a text or quote reminder, so that way you're going to be more likely to secure the job, right? So this is how we're getting these types of sales. And once we do get these sales, we want to make sure that we're automating for Google reviews as well. So that way we're constantly getting 5-star reviews, real 5-star reviews. And this is going to also push your company up on the top of Google. And whenever someone's going to be looking at the different blasting companies that they can go with, they're going to be more likely to go with the one that has all the best reviews, right? And as you can see, even here, we have a review where this lead wrote a 5-star review because this lead couldn't even get a hold of other companies because they weren't answering all the phone calls. And this job that we actually secured was a phone call, right? So if we had missed that phone call, imagine how sad that would have been, right? That kind of job could have gone to the next blasting company, right? So we're automating the review process as well, so that way we're continually getting SEO, optimizing our business, our clients to get pushed at the top of Google, and we're fully automating tracking to scale, right? So when we're getting new leads coming in, we're getting appointments, and based on the different activities of all of these leads, we have different dashboards for these different activities that are happening in the business. Because one of the top business consulting firms, McKinsey, has stated that you are 5 times more likely to hit your goals if you're tracking your numbers. So that's why we need to make sure that we are tracking our numbers. And so that way we know what levers to pull to scale even higher, right? And of course, as you're starting to scale, you're going to need some more workers, right? So we actually help you with getting skilled talent as well, getting you more workers hired as well. So that way you can take that off of your plate. In essence, I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you're looking to get more predictability within your business, get more high quality leads, and more higher paying jobs on a consistent basis, then please click the link below to book a call with me. And on this call, I'll give you a brief walkthrough. You're going to get the pricing, and if it's a good fit, then we can start working together, right? But we're limiting this to 3 businesses, 3 blasting companies a month, because we want to focus on really generating the best results for our clients, right? We want to work more really intimately with you as a partner, because what happens is most companies, they'll get burned by marketing agencies, because what marketing agencies will do is they'll get a ton of different clients. They'll have like 15, 20, 30, 50 clients that they're managing their ads for. So all they're really doing is they're getting you the leads, and they're not really focusing on what happens after you get a lead, right? We're different in that way, where our mission is to solve the whole gap for you, okay? So in case you are interested in seeing how this can get implemented for you, go ahead and click the link below, and I hope to speak with you soon. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and bye-bye.